All right, I want to talk about going through a full range of motion. So a problem that most people have is they don't train through a full range of motion in their exercises. And a lot of that is ego. So if we can learn to put ego aside and make sure that we are training for functionality, then training through a whole range of motion is going to help with functionality. If you're bending over to pick something up, you're going to bend over, you're going to go through that whole range of motion. And most of the movements we do on a daily basis go through most of the range of motion. And that's why if you're exercising, if you're doing resistance training, you want to do it through a full range of motion because it's going to keep you flexible. And because most people who are interested in getting bigger resistance training, putting on muscle mass, don't do things like yoga, even though it's a great way to stay flexible and has huge benefits, because most people don't do those, then you definitely want to make sure you train in a full range of motion, because that's the way that you're going to get your mobility and your flexibility. That and adding in some exercises for mobility during your stretching. Make sure you train through a full range of motion. So with biceps, what you'll run into is, people will only come up to, about here rather than coming up as far as they can through the full range of motion, or rather than going all the way down, they'll only come to a certain point. And what it is they want it to be easier. So if they only train through this is the easiest movement pattern during that range of motion. So that's as far as they go. Go through the whole range of motion. You're going to see more benefit. You're going to hit more muscle fibers, and it's going to help make sure that you are flexible and that you maintain that full range of motion. Same with bench press. People won't come all the way down. They'll just come to the point where they know they can push the weight back up. Lighten the weight, lighten the load, come all the way down on your bench, and then go all the way up through the full range of motion. If you're doing squats, we're going to do the same thing. People will just come to here, or they'll come to parallel. You want to go as far as you can go on your squats and still maintain correct form. Now, air squats, you'll see a lot of people will round their back on air squats if they go, and I do, if I go all the way down on air squats. Now with weight, there's counterbalance, which helps, but you don't want to go to the point where you round your back. You want to make sure that you're keeping that arch in your lower back. So it might be a different range of motion, but you still want to go through the whole range of motion that you can without compensating. So train through the full range of motion in all of your exercises. That's going to help make sure that you maintain your mobility. And that's our goal, is to get stronger, be more mobile, and be healthy.